Boys Run the Riot Volume 1 Review. Boys Run the Riot has become one of the most hotly anticipated titles to come out in the West. It's a rare example of a manga with the central character, Ryo Watari, who is FTM transgender, which is also created by a transgender author, Keito Gaku. The English language editor of the series, Tiff Joshua DJ Ferrantini, is also both transgender and non-binary. This is obviously a series, which will hopefully be popular with the transgender community as well as the wider public. Boys Run the Riot set out its intention very clearly on. One of the things we see on the opening page is Ryo in the public toilet looking at himself in the mirror, wearing binding around his chest. Ryo is now out about being transgender and detests the fact that he was to wear a girl's school uniform. He constantly comes out with ways to avoid having to wear it, such as claiming to have run a long way to school and thus being allowed to wear his gym kit. The only time Ryo feels like himself is when he's wearing his favorite clothes. Except for this, Ryo also spends time doing graffiti art. A new boy joins Ryo's class and sits next to him, a cisgender boy named Jin Sato, who, due to absence, has been held back a year. Ryo is nervous of Jin at first, but then they both end up in the same clothes shop wanting to buy the same stuff. After some towing and throwing, Jin says he supports Ryo when it comes to how he identifies with regards to gender and proposed to Ryo that, because they have the same taste in clothes, they should start their own fashion brand. Him dealing with the management side and Ryo concentrating on the design. They agree and eventually form their own brand, which over the course of the opening volume is eventually called Boys Run the Riot. During Volume 1, Ryo and Jin encounter various hurdles. This includes Ryo continuing the struggle with expressing his true self to others, and the duo having to deal with both adults and fellow students who are unsupportive of their venture. They are thus happy to work with them, such as Itsuka Todo, the only member of the school's photographic club, who ends up working with the pair to take photos for the brand's website ads. Others, such as typical rich brat Chihiro, deliberately come into conflict with Todo and the others. The main features for Boys Run the Riot is Ryo is rare to see a transgender protagonist in any work of fiction, let alone manga, and even rare for the transgender creator to be able to get the chance to create a character, making the story more believable. Ryo is also one of the few examples of an FTM transgender character, with most works not really feature MTF characters. In the interview in the manga, Gaku says that, "I'm not reading many manga works about transgender people, and out of the ones I have, they tend to be about transgender women. So I don't think there are many stories that could personally relate to. The story thus comes across as believable and dignified. Ryo's passion for graffiti also allows Gaku to create some great-looking background pieces, which helps set the tone of the story. The first volume comes with a different cover illustration to the original Japanese too. Jin also adds an important element to the story too. As the main cisgender character, his role will appear to be that of the key ally to support Ryo. Jin adds a more confident tone to the story with his can-do attitude. He also has a more relaxed way of speaking, with a translation by Leo McDonough, showing Jin dropping the G at the end of the words, so he says things like designing something. McDonough's translation appears to work well, as does Ashley Caswell's lettering. As the story progresses, it will be interesting to see how Ryo's relationship with others develops. His mother is normally exasperated that Ryo would wear girls' clothes, and thus we can sense tension building up there. Meanwhile, at the end of the volume, we see that another one of the students in Ryo and Jin's class has a relative who is genderqueer, so no doubt we can expect to see more transgender characters play a bigger role. This opening volume comes with a fair number of extras, color pages, and an interview with an author, translation notes, and a lengthy acknowledgements section for the editor. It's clear that Kodansha are going for this series in a big way. Hopefully it will become a success. Read a free extract on the publisher's website here. 8 out of 10.